So today what we're going to do is we're going to be laying all of this 32mm pipe, because what we're doing on the new dome is we're going to be putting a bath, an outdoor bath, but instead of wasting all that water that's going to be coming out of that bath and straight into the sewage, I figured why not use it to try and water all of our trees here in our little woodland. So what we're going to do is we're going to lay the pipe out today, and then I'm going to mole it in with the implement on the back of the tractor and lay it underground. So hopefully it works. We've never done it before, but if you don't try it, you don't succeed. So let's get cracking. So I've got this implement, which I'm calling it a mole. I don't actually know what it's called, but
a mole plough.
A mole plough, okay.
Yeah.
But basically what it does is we're going to fit this on. It's got a big thing at the front there which is going to dig into the ground and rip a furrow, and whilst it's ripping the furrow we feed the pipe in the back here, and then it gets laid in the hole that we've just made, and then afterwards I believe I just then drive over it and compact it all back in. So the ground is quite wet at the moment, and I'm hoping that this should just cut through really nice and easily, but knowing my luck, because it's so wet and I don't have big agri tyres on, I'll just spin and spin and spin and won't get anywhere. But hey, let's go give it a go.
So we've got the plough on the back of the tractor, and I'm hoping that it works. Okay. Right, well hang on then, don't we need to feed the
You do need to be feeding the pipe.
So, well, we want a bit sticking out of the ground, don't we?
Yeah, so just feed that in and then pull it through.
Do I need to take this cap off? Just so it sticks out a bit.
Yeah, pull it.
It's a water pipe.
Alright, let's go. Yeah, have you? Do you know how to drive a car? I thought you knew how to drive a car. Okay, let's go. Let's go for it. Let's go, go, go. Just keep going! I tell you, working with her is very difficult at times. Okay.
So we abandoned ship last night because the tractor kept getting stuck. So we're trying again today to see whether we can, the ground's dried up a little bit overnight because it hasn't rained, and see if we can feed the pipe in. No, it's stuck again. We're having to do bucket manoeuvres to try and unstick it. Okay, that's it. Go over. Let me give you a hand. So it's super clever. You feed the pipe in, and then it lays it in the furrow, and then we just go back and squash all this down so it doesn't really make too much mess. Brian's put the tractor in autopilot so that he can kind of push it and give it a bit of extra help, which seems to be working. So we've got in our first 100 metres, and now Brian's going to drive over the ridgy bit in an attempt to flatten it, although it's not working quite as well as hoped. But hopefully with another driving over that should all sort of disappear, and then when the grass grows it'll be back to normal. But that was blooming slow going because it just kept getting stuck, but we can't really leave it too much longer because otherwise the ground will be too hard and we need to get the bath in, so just got to crack on with these things, you know. So we've moulded in the pipe, and this is the end of it here. And now we're going to experiment with water. So Brian and Annabelle are going to go to the very top of the pipe by the dome and start pouring water down, and William and I are gonna stay and see if the water comes out. Now, Brian has already tried this earlier.
I did.
And nothing came out.
Nope. I poured in what, a 6 pint and a 4 pint, and the water just disappeared. I don't know where it's gone.
What we're worried about is the fact that it's quite flat up there, and maybe there's not enough fall.
Because we've just moulded in on the top of the surface. So
it might just all be sat in the pipe.
I'm hoping that if there's enough water at some point, it'll
push it all down.
Well,
or it'll come back up your
At
end.
what point we stop pouring water down the pipe.
No. Okay,
so,
well, off you go then. Nothing's coming out. I don't imagine Annabelle could beat the water down. This doesn't bode well. Water just came out. I did give it a couple of sucks on the end. And you can see it's wet, so a tiny bit of water, so it must be getting here somehow. Yeah, there you go. Brian is back to his favourite job of splitting blocks, because we need to start levelling these blocks for this deck to go down. So you'll see now where it's going to go. So that's where the shed's going to be, and it's literally going to be this whole area here. Having fun?
As always.
It's actually amazing what you can achieve when the kids are at school. So today I've managed to level all the blocks, and now I'm just making my way doing all the battens for the decking. So we're making them run this way so that we can get our water pipe out and join up with the pipe that we mould in before. So I just got a 1, 2, 3 more beams to do. Then we'll get the pipe in, and then I can start laying the decking the other way. This morning's job is painting the deck. So I have anti-slip decking paint. I've gone with the silver birch to kind of go with the same colour as like the grey from the dome. I don't know, I'll go with it and see what it turns out like. Hopefully it'll be beautiful. First coat's done, but I'm not sure if I like it or not, to be honest. This tin seemed to suggest that it was like quite a bit darker than it is. I mean, it does go with the kind of colour of the insulation in the dome, but I don't know. I don't know what to do. We've been making quite a bit of progress with the outdoor bath. So we've now managed to get all the fence panels in. I've got to do a little bit more painting of the posts. We've got an extra fence panel which we're going to use to cover the boiler. So that's that out the way. So the next thing I want to show you is the bath. So all the pipe work is coming from the boiler under the deck. And now we've got the taps in, it's all plumbed in, which means I can now clad it. I've got over here some of my leftover boards that I use for the hut. So I'm basically going to cut straight lines and clad it in that, is the theory. So I'm just going to get all those kind of supporting posts in place and then start cutting my wood and start to clad it. So yesterday I totally lost the will to live with the bath cladding, and so we brought it down so we've got actual real life power as opposed to generator. Got Brian a new sanding toy.
It's a good old belt sander, especially when you're trying to do things like this. From that to that.
So now we need to cut some more pieces for the cladding. We're just doing like 3 pieces along each side of the bath.
And give it a coat of UV resistant varnish. Should bring the grain out and make it look really nice.
Hopefully.
So we've put a load of insulation underneath the bath, so that's going to hopefully keep the water warmer for a little bit longer. And we've started to clad the edges, and Rachel is doing a load of sanding of it. So we've just got all our panels and we've sanded them all nicely, and they've all gone on the sides quite well, so it all fits perfectly. We're just basically sanding the edges now, and it's looking good.
So we got all the cladding on, and it all got screwed in to the beams I put in, and then we've given it a coat of external varnish, so hopefully it should last a while. And then we made this little shelf here so you can have your candle and your glass of wine, highly important. These actually belong to Rachel, bless her. She found this old mirror and hooks for your bathrobes or towels, so that was very nice of her to donate them to the cause of the outdoor bath, and then she can come visit them whenever she wants to. So this camper stove is for external use only, so we decided to put it out here, and then we built this kind of little outdoor lean. I ordered the wrong posts. I thought, oh yeah, about 5 inches. Anyway, they're absolutely massive, so I should have just ordered 4-inch ones, but we basically just used 2x4 5-inch posts, and then have roofed the top of it with just normal shed roofing. So that solves that problem of having to have the cooker outside, but you still got this kind of nice undercover area here to cook in. So that is the outdoor area complete. We put a couple of pots in, we did all this wood chip a bit over here so that we could cover up all the sewagey stuff there, and hopefully nobody can now run between. And yeah, we had to put some slate over here to cover the pipes that go to the bath. So I think that's all tied in quite nicely. I'm really pleased with it, and hopefully it's a lovely outside space that everybody can enjoy. Thank you so much for watching. I'm sure you think we're absolute crackers at times, and I know I do, but at least we've all completed it now, and I'm really happy with the finished result. And obviously if you have any questions about anything we've done, if we can help at all, then please let us know, and we'd love you to subscribe to the channel so we can keep making these videos. See you soon, bye.